On the stage here, we have Ghislaine Maxwell, founder and president of the TerraMar Project. Is a private helicopter pilot, a trained EMT, a qualified ROV, which I had to look up what that was, and a deep worker submarine pilot, in addition to being fluent in 4 languages. This is what I had written down before I realized that she spoke at the UN 9 times.
I was really going to dedicate the rest of my life to taking an involvement with and bringing an education around the ocean. Taking an involvement taking an involvement. 64% of that ocean lies outside of any single country's jurisdiction. 64% of that of that Now, if you can imagine, that's not going to, if you're a shrimp and you see this armada coming, you know you're going to get eaten that day. Imagine that's not going to Imagine that's not going to. A set of goals that were created in 2000 called the Millennium Development Goals that focused on important issues such as HIV and malaria. 2000 called the Millennium Development called the Millennium Development. The tragedy of the commons, if we even think about it at all. But I think we have a unique and amazing opportunity. If we even think about it. If we even think about it at all. But I think we have a but I think we have this world and our oceans and the part that you own, because you own it. It is yours, and you do have a decision to make. This world and our oceans. This world and our oceans and the part that you It is yours, and you do have a decision. It is yours, and you do have a decision. So, because you own, because you and I don't see multiple oceans. I don't see the Atlantic, the Pacific. Multiple oceans. I don't see the multiple oceans. I don't see the. Buy a piece of the ocean on here, and you get to tell a story about it. Here you get to here you get to the same as Google Street under the ocean, so that you can dive across the globe and dive underneath and see what goes on under the ocean, so that you can dive the ocean, so that you can dive the globe the globe goes on. Nausea. 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 Nausea goes on. 3D image that's fully 360 degrees. 3D image that's that's 3D image that when you decide you want to go to visit someplace in Bali, or you want to go to Monterey, or wherever you want to go to visit someplace in to go to visit someplace in wherever you want to go, you should be able to go see. Want to go, you should be able to go see. We say no. We say no. We say no. We say no. Want to go, you should be able to go see. So here we have tracking devices. This particular one's done out of Stanford. Out of Stanford. Out of Stanford. Visit you in whatever ocean parcel you have, or see where they are around the world. Whatever ocean parcel you have, or see where they are. There we saw who you're certain sure of it. There we saw who you're certain sure of it. There we saw who you're certain sure of it. There we saw who you're certain sure of it. Whatever ocean parcel you have, or see where they are. And the idea is to connect across multiple platforms to appeal to multiple age groups. Multiple age groups. Multiple age groups. When I look at our analytics across all of our social media, look at our analytics across all of our Savile look at our analytics across all of our. The only country that we don't have a representation currently is North Korea. Country that we don't have a country that we don't have a we also have a daily digital newspaper called the Daily Catch. Newspaper called the Daily. Je leest het boek heeft u. 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 Newspaper called the Daily. Connecting all rivers, lakes, oceans, news, rivers, lakes, oceans, snøsjø, skjelsøver, snøsjø, skjelsøver, snøsjø, skjelsøver, snøsjø, skjelsøver, rivers, lakes, oceans. What's interesting about this is whatever you're going to drop on the floor today, is whatever you grieve it opposite, grieve it opposite, grieve it opposite, grieve it opposite. This is whatever it is, be it the plastic bag or whatever, it will ultimately end up in your ocean. It will ultimately end up it will ultimately end up it's happening. It's happening. It's happening. It's happening. I ask each and every one of you here today. Ask each and every one of you here. They even know we run eats. 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 Ask each and every one of you here and share it with your friends, because to do that means that you are doing something. You are helping the ocean. That means that you are that means that you are helping the ocean. You are helping the ocean. Social media platform. Media platform. Media platform. Thank you for your time, and I hope to see you on the site. And I hope to see you on the site. Yes, and we sit behind them. 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 And I hope to see you on the site. Yes, and we sit behind them. We is named ad. They even know we run eats. It's happening. Grieve it opposite. Snøsjø, skjelsøver, vet du, Savile, sorgskistillende artikkel, spurkjel, da vi så hva vi og saken sjøver, fnatserene, vi søker i besøk nå, det ser mest det besøker, det slemme i styrs, nausea, bølget der, at den skyder det sådan sjøyde, tegene. Det snør der sådan sjø op, og vi så ikke, det var husdygene, så vi ser det. Vi er der, men det sjø og nær, slå af sig. Jeg var jo ikke her, Daar heb ik niet een view. Laat het mijn ellen begonnen zijn. En ik ontstaan de naam. Het was net zo boven is. En boven mijn eigen niet maar